Hey, y'all, welcome back to In the Blind podcast. I'm Eric Gunderson, and this is my co-host, Mr. Stephen Barker-Lyles.
It's still me. He hasn't fired me yet.
Collectively, we are a country duo known as Love and Theft, and today we are joined by an incredible artist from South Carolina, a girl that's had some great success on the TV, on the radio, on satellite radio. All of the above.
Juggling.
So, juggling, and clearly one of the best sleight of hand illusionists in the world.
Yes.
Y'all make welcome Miss Ashland Craft.
Fun facts, right? No, thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Seriously, always been a huge fan of y'all, so honored to be here.
that's
Thank
cool.
you. Well, the feeling's mutual. I remember, I think, first time I saw you was on The Voice, I believe.
Throwback.
And I was like, holy shit, this girl sings her ass off.
Thank you.
More soul than
so
most.
young, so young. And
so what year was that?
That was 2017, if I remember correctly. I was just turned 21 years old.
Wow.
Nice.
So it was like my first big leap from small town sports bar gigs to the bright lights of LA. It was a lot, but no, thank you for saying that. It was really intimidating, and I look back on that time and I'm like, dang, I sound so young and terrified in that show.
It was like a behind the scenes thing, I know my cousin was on flipping one of those but there's stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you don't see as far as the picking who goes where and who does what and who sings what and all that. They pick your songs for you mostly, or
surprisingly, I guess they really liked my choices. Because I don't know if y'all have heard Morgan Stapleton's version of You Are My Sunshine.
Yes.
So good.
Incredible.
And that was the version I did for The Voice, and they told me to keep it. That was
cool.
my in-person audition and the actual blind audition. So
that must have been a relief, though, right? Because then all of a sudden you got to learn this song that you didn't.
Ain't got to learn a brand new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was really nice to do one that was kind of a nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
There's really nobody else you can compare it to anybody, but it was anybody's particular song. So it was really cool to just be able to get in there and show them what I got. Try to, anyways.
And you were on Miley's
Team Miley.
Was that pretty cool getting to work with her?
It was really cool, and I will never live down. I still, to this day, have people online and in person say, should have picked Blake. But it was truly, I think I picked wisely, and her being so close to my age and have already been through TV and singing, I think that gave me a little bit of comfort to know that she could maybe guide me through some of these experiences, since it was my first time. So super normal, I feel like it's such a terrible word to use, but super normal and down to earth and relatable in person. So
That's awesome.
I was really relieved about that.
Cool.
I had high hopes and she followed through, so it was cool.
It's always nice not to be let down by someone like that.
Oh, amen.
Sometimes you don't want to meet certain people because you don't want them to ruin it for you.
For sure, yes. So I got to meet, I think Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
That was interesting. That was really cool. And I think Kelly Clarkson was another kind of guest on the show. So it was my first time meeting any of these people. I was awestruck.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Was a little bit of culture shock going from playing, small town dive bars to out there.
100%. I mean, again, I'm from a small town in Piedmont, South Carolina. I think it's population 5,000, but I don't even think 5,000 people live there. And music was just, it was one of the pastimes. It wasn't really a career. So it was cool to be around people that thought about music the same way and had a dream, big enough, kind of the same that I had, and wanted to see what else was out there. And I made so many great friends.
That's
so
cool.
Awesome.
It was definitely a culture shock in many different areas, but I think I grew a lot as a 21-year-old.
Yeah. Were you living here in Nashville before you went on the show?
I wasn't. I was still in Piedmont. At the time, I was still working, I think, at a bar called Wendell's Dip and Branch. I was in the house band. I quit my job at Academy Sports and Outdoors and went and worked there.
That's cool.
And sent in an audition tape, and I think it was my third time auditioning by that point, and I finally got an audition. So just finished out hair school, my cosmetology license, and jumped over to LA because that was my first time living alone too.
Right.
So
No way.
it was
And you went to LA.
full on this is what you're getting. Yeah.
You didn't even get to transition from Nashville to LA. You
No.
went straight to LA.
I was so ready to love my parents but get out of the house.
Yeah.
Just experience the world and see what else was out there. So that was a quick way to do it.
Did you find that the transition moving from LA to Nashville was easier than just jumping from small town South Carolina to
if you can
one of the
live in
biggest cities in the
LA,
world?
if you can live in LA, you can live anywhere. I'm
Yeah, I
convinced
bet that.
because I mean it was really cool and there were a lot of cool moments, a lot of sketchy moments. We
Okay,
stayed
give
in-
us one.
Yes, okay. I finally get to tell these stories.
Yes.
We stayed at. You flip flop back around. They move you, to keep your anonymity, and they don't want you talking to anybody while you're
Okay.
out there. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying this.
You
I don't know
won't.
if they still use this place, but the Sportsman's Lodge. One of the contestants and his dad had a room, and I guess at the middle of the night woke up and somebody was like in their room. I don't know if they were watching them sleep or like assessing the situation, but they moved us not long after that. And then I get home, I think it's months later, and I got it on like Paranormal Activity or not the movie, but like the Ghost
Yeah.
Files,
Like
all
Ghost
that
Hunters
crap.
and stuff like
Yes,
that,
I love that stuff. Cheap entertainment.
Oh yeah.
And what do you know? An episode comes on and they're showing this hotel room, and
It's Sportsman's
I'm
Lodge.
like, that is oddly familiar. Straight up Sportsman's
Really?
Lodge.
No.
I'm like, so I wonder after all this time, I'm like, was that a person?
Yeah,
Or
that's
was it a ghost?
wild.
That's fun.
After seeing that, so it was wild.
Oh.
There, and we snuck out a couple times.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's fun.
Snuck to like the Santa Monica Pier and
Right.
That's cool.
just had a blast. So it was my first taste of true freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lights, camera, action, and superstars, and it was a growth period
Yeah.
for me for sure to figure out, do you want to do this first, and how do you do this?
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
and then we're here. So it really
You were
definitely
thrown
helped.
right into the mob.
That is the true way to, I feel like, rip the Band-Aid off with
Yeah.
any kind of thing like that. So it made moving here way easier and just kind of jumping in head first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you like, you say you snuck out, like were you guys kind of confined to your hotel just so you just because of the show
said
to keep your
Yeah.
anonymity and all of that
For sure.
intact?
Yeah, you had like a roommate, and loved my roommate.
That's nice.
And yeah, it was, thank goodness. And they would kind of check in on you. I think it was, I don't know if they did every night check in on your room specifically, but it was like a random thing. So you never
Right.
knew when they were going to come by and see if you were there. But the first time we went to this bar down the street and we saw some producers, and we're all just like hiding in the corner
Right.
because it was still pretty early on at that point.
Yeah.
They probably knew us. And then the second time we snuck to the pier, and I think we did end up getting a talking to
Really?
for that one. But it was worth it.
Yeah. It
That's
reminds me of like
nice. I like that you said it's worth it.
reminds me of like AAU tournaments and stuff when I was a
Oh,
kid.
yeah.
Like you'd go and then the coaches would put a piece of tape on the outside of the door
Yup.
so they could see if you tried to open it in the middle of the night and they'd know
Oh,
if you snuck
yeah.
out or not.
We had to like sign in and out, and I don't know what they do now. I'm sure they're probably more strict because
Probably.
of us, but we're probably not the first people to do that either.
Yeah.
I mean, you're young.
Yeah.
You're in a new city. You're gonna explore.
Right.
So it was so much fun, and again, I think it just made moving here. It took away that fear for me because for the longest time I didn't even want to move here. I'd heard
Right.
so many stories
Yeah.
about the industry and this and that and the other, and for a long time I was just like, I'm not gonna do it. But after The Voice, that was my moment of, all right, either it's do it or don't.
Yeah.
You
now,
know,
now or never kind of thing.
you've got money saved up from this experience, so you either see what's out there, or you go back to South Carolina and you follow through with your hair license and sing on the weekend. So I think for me, I just had to know what else was
Yeah.
out there. Had to.
Yeah.
I was cooped up for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think after the show, I mean, I'd followed you on there, and then after the show, I don't know if it was I hadn't heard maybe much new music, and
Right.
his cousin was opening for us. He's from Greenville, right?
Who's your cousin?
His name's
Yeah, James Tucker.
James Tucker.
Oh yeah, I've written a song with James.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I-
but we were playing one night, and he was asking me, who I was listening to and stuff, and he's like, "You gotta check out this chick, Ashland Craft. She's so good."
Thanks, James.
It just went on and on and on, and I was like, "Yeah, I remember her from The Voice." So like that's when I really dove back into it.
That's
and-
fun, you
That
know.
is so cool. Yeah, we
Yeah.
wrote a song. I think it was right before I moved to Nashville, I want to say. Me, him, and Andy Upton. I don't know if you know who Andy is. And I think I went to James' house, and he released it, I think, with Peyton not long ago. So I'm trying to remember Peyton's last name, but they released it. I didn't get to do the song with them, but
That's fun.
it turned out great. So it was really cool to
cool.
have like an outside cut.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Or a cut in general. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
he was
fun.
singing your
Super nice
praises
guy.
non-stop. I mean,
he's so talented too.
yeah, he's fantastic. He's got such a
Cool.
cool voice, and I just love the approach that he takes to all of it. I mean,
Yeah, so
just a very
real.
real kind
yeah, he lives it.
raw soul.
I never meet people with mutual connections, so this
Yeah,
is
that's pretty cool.
great.
And he's my cousin.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that you were doing a song with him. I was just bringing it up just because he's the one that kind of
That's-
reintroduced me to
Right.
your music. And
That's so cool. Yeah, small world. It truly is. I never meet anybody really here in general from South Carolina or anybody that knows anybody from South Carolina. So, score.
yeah.
Let's go.
I have to talk to James. I have to send him a message and tell him thank
should.
you
We'll
for
send him a selfie after
hyping me
this.
up.
Yeah, definitely. So in 2020, you had a song with Hardy come out, right? Or that you were
I
featured
believe
on?
so.
Yeah.
I think, and I say that, you know how 2020 was for all of us. It
Yeah.
was
So fun.
So fun. Oh my gosh. But we just, none of us knew what was going to happen during that time. Anyways, I say that to say it was all a blur. And I think it was 2020 because we had to do that. It was like an online performance and we had all these faces like on screens
What?
looking. It was so cool and so futuristic. Again, one of my first experiences in Nashville. Like, what is this? But yeah, I think around that time that happened and I was still fresh. Hardy was so cool then, and I'm like, y'all want me to do a song with this guy? Like, you sure?
Yeah.
That's fun.
So
But-
how did that come about?
I believe at the time I had just went on tour with Morgan Wallen. That was my first tour when I moved to town. If I
That's a
think
good
about
one. A good first tour.
Wild, and that was his first,
Yeah.
I guess, takeoff moments, and I had no clue what I was getting into, but signed with Big Loud and ended up on Morgan's tour. And I think maybe around that time I think my management had kind of talked to them
Right.
and we're trying to see if we get a song to do something. So, and then I got to know Hardy during the process. Again, I was so new to everything. So I'm like, y'all just tell me what to do and who
Right.
just, I loved his stuff too. So it was really intimidating for sure to meet him and do a song. But again, I think it's all about just jumping in
Yeah.
head first, and it makes everything else kind of a little bit easier and more enjoyable
Yeah.
after that,
Yeah.
You
I think
soak
it
it in.
says a lot about your talent.
Thank you.
And you in general to have a guy like that's had so much success on the writing side initially, and then also as an artist now. I mean, he's huge. So to have someone like that obviously has a good eye for talent.
So
so
something, I reckon. But
yeah,
yeah,
no,
and
it's
that's
incredible.
still one of the biggest songs probably I have, like duets that I have today, and I'm gonna try to stick it in there on my tour and try to have like an opener sing the Hardy part with me.
Yeah.
And just people have been requesting it for so long, and we've never performed it live
Really?
together besides that one music video performance.
Right.
So I'm like, let's try it out, see
Yeah.
what happens, and hopefully the crowd will take over. That song is challenging.
Is it?
It is true, in my opinion, just like rock
Yeah.
vocals. You got to have flexibility on that one. I learned that one running it the other day in rehearsal. I was like, dang, it's been a minute.
Wait,
Got
so
to
you-
take it down a
So
step.
you do play it live, or you're about to start playing?
About to
live?
start.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's fun.
I'm nervous. I've never done it live, but again, people have just
You'll do
been
great.
wanting to hear it. So just try it out, see if it goes well. But yeah, I'm
Nice.
excited.
Who's singing it with you? You have like someone like one of your bandmates or what?
I just have openers every night, and Hunter Chastain is up and coming artist, and he's from Georgia, but he's been a friend for a while, and he's been out on the road with us, and he's going to be up there
That's great.
That's great.
helping
And
us
that's cool for-
out. So
that's
he's
cool
got a
for him,
killer
too.
voice, and he can hit them notes. So
That's great.
Good.
I'm like, all right, you're going to give me confidence to do this song. So I'm excited.
That's
I think
so
it's going to be
for an
fun.
opener to do that too. I
Yeah.
remember us getting to do that with like Jake Owen and Florida Georgia Line every night on tour. It was like, and then with Brad Paisley, and then what some other folks. It's always
Yeah.
like so fun. But then one of our challenges was trying to stay sober because we're the opening act. And you're like,
Right.
shoot, I'm about to go out there, for all these people with the headliner. And you're like, wait, we got to stay sober, dude.
You got
Ish. And
time
we
to
never-
kill.
Well, the Brad Paisley one was the hardest.
Right.
We played there was 2 stages. So we played early in the day.
Yeah, it
And
was
then
like
you
the
just wait.
Opry
Yeah.
live
Okay.
stage or whatever.
And you
so
just wait, and he plays alcohol.
Right.
and there's a bar on stage.
Yes.
And
my
you don't
favorite
really.
part.
The fun part is we didn't really get a part. We kind of just sang along.
Right.
And there was a bar, and his mascot was serving us shots of either Jack or Crown. It was always dark liquor. So we got to the point where we were like, let's just see who can do the most shots in the 3.5 minutes.
My record was 23.
That is
in a
terrible
5-minute
idea.
time period.
How are you
23
still
shots of Jack.
standing?
Yeah,
Holy crap.
We, currently not drinking, probably because of that tour.
Understandable. When was this?
Like probably 2015.
Dang, he's
man.
done the bar thing, like the stand on the bar, dancing, singing.
Yeah.
That
Was it
I
that
love
long
stuff
ago?
like that.
Yeah.
Dang, it doesn't seem that long ago.
Well, it was after the Tim McGraw tour, which the last one of those we did was 2013. So
Dang.
Eric
It all
remembers
runs
these
together.
fun things.
It feels like yesterday. Yesterday, though, still, I feel like with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
cool.
for us, like, I mean, we'll tell stories from 17, 18 years ago, and to me, it does feel like yesterday.
Yeah.
Easy. But then you asked me what I ate yesterday. I'm like,
Oh,
I don't know.
exactly.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'll forget what I walked up the stairs to get in, like, my bedroom at home or in the
Yes.
Oh,
studio
I
or
do that all
something,
the
but
time.
I can still remember, like, crazy details of other stuff. So,
10, 20 years ago. Yeah, that's the best. That's why I love music.
yeah.
It's like it's its own thing, but you have so many other experiences in the process, and you learn a lot about yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So
You learn a ton about yourself.
yeah, yeah. How many shots you can do in
Yep.
5
Oh, yeah.
minutes?
And that's another beautiful thing is, like, a song can put you right back in a moment also. Like,
Yes,
You know,
so quick.
even other artist songs that I hear, it's like, oh, well, that. I remember
remember-
listening to that my senior year of high school. Remember
Right.
exactly where I was, or in college, or here. You know,
Yep.
just experiences, meeting people for the first time, and like you associate it kind of a song with like an era. In my
Experience,
appearance,
yes.
in my experience, yeah.
Barefoot Blue Jean Night, Jake
yeah.
Owen. I'm like 16. Me and my high school boyfriend are at the concert. Like, take me back. I
Yep.
remember it.
That's cool.
I love that music can do that kind of thing
Yeah.
for you. I think that's just why it gets me through literally every year
Yeah.
of doing this. You know, the business side of things.
Oh, for sure.
There's so much more to look forward to on the other end of it. So
Couldn't agree more. Like,
I bet y'all have tons of killer stories just throughout the years.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to. Like, just
Yeah.
when you've done it, like, even if they're not the craziest stories, you do it for so long, it's like they just start to
pile
pile up.
Yep.
And again, we think about it, you know, it's just part of life. But even
Yeah.
doing this podcast now, it's like being able to tell stories we've never told before because I didn't necessarily think someone cared. And
Yeah,
then,
get to take
you
a
know,
trip
there's-
down memory lane.
Exactly.
You
Let's
know?
be a little careful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. There are some questionable nights mixed in there.
Yeah, we talk a lot. It's a good thing that social media wasn't what it is now 10,
Right.
15 years ago.
I know.
Because, you know, you could get away with so much more just because, not that you would even need to get away with it, but things that you would
Everybody went
seemingly
like this
think
the
is
whole
so
time.
innocent that someone else could turn in, take something you said or a situation you were in, they can turn it into something that it wasn't.
Anything. Yeah.
So it's, I
Even
mean, that's
drinking too. It's like
Exactly.
it's like you can't even barely get a little loose these days without
I
somebody.
don't know, man. We're so judgy, man.
Yeah, everybody's got their phone out all the time, waiting for a
can't.
moment to screw you over. Basically,
I can't. I'm convinced that's why I've like laid back on drinking after living here. Is I'm just like I can't even get comfortable. I'm afraid
Yeah.
somebody gonna be filming me, waiting for me to do something stupid, which is
100%.
never questionable. It's just more of like I feel like I start acting all silly.
It takes away from the fun.
Yeah, it's
Of
just-
why you did it.
Save it for bonfires at home.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. I mean, it's a hard path to navigate just
Yes.
because, you know, you'll have a camera guy be like, come up to you and be like, you know, we should really be filming everything you do. Like,
Right.
We
Like,
need to cover
well.
this and this. I'm like, yeah, but I act completely different if there's a camera around just because I'm scared shitless of what someone's going to take my words and twist it into these days.
Preach.
You just have to be so careful. It's scary.
Cameras are so weird for me. It's I'm like a dog, you know, when you like go to take a picture of your dog and they turn away. That's me with cameras most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was because of the voice or it just makes you almost like flip a switch that you don't necessarily want to flip. It's like
Yeah.
you want to be natural, but as soon as it hits you sometimes it's like, oh, gotta be proper.
Yeah. And there's some people, like you were saying, like they seem to have that switch flipped all the time.
Right.
And like they can always be on and that's just who they are. But like
Boo.
it's
Yeah.
not it's not like that for all of us.
I
mean,
know. It's so funny though. I think that's one thing I'm trying to overcome this year. Just not being so camera shy and
Well, this is a good place to start.
I know.
There's
If you
a
haven't
bunch of them
if you haven't
here.
noticed I'm like this the whole time.
Don't look
I have
at
to
me.
remind myself to look at it, but I don't know what it is. I think we've just come up as creatives who just love music and we know one thing, and then somebody's like, especially The Voice, you throw in interviews and
Yeah.
they want you to kind of answer it a certain way. It's like repeat the question and then answer it. By the time I repeat the question, I've forgotten what I was going to answer it with. You know, it's just
You got A-list media training though for free.
straight up.
Yeah.
Because that's huge. We paid for ours.
I know.
Didn't really help.
Yeah.
It did a little bit.
But yeah, I think I have a feeling I kind of like pissed off the guy that would always interview me, because it's that thing too of like, you know, they want you to answer it a certain way and you're like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna answer it how I want to answer it. And then I ask you about drama, and again, it's like, I'm not saying anything that you can chop up
Right.
and misconstrue. So yeah.
Is it anything like, okay, so I've got a couple of friends that are producers on like reality TV type stuff.
Yeah.
And whether he'll just come out and admit it or not,
I know we're
basically
spilling all the
they're
secrets.
trying to get people liquored up and as loose as they can possibly be to get the best sound
Get the
bites they can possibly
content.
get and get people to
Yes.
talk shit about one another. Does that exist on the music side of these TV shows? Because I've never been on one, so I really don't know.
I mean, at that time, I mean, they didn't really want us drinking on the show, so
Really?
I feel like maybe it was more of just the typical, like, who do you think's better? Like, I don't know. I don't really recall a ton of time. I think there was maybe one time I can recall where I felt like the question they were asking me was trying to get like a baited
Right.
drama answer out of, but it wasn't a ton on that
Yeah.
show. I think they were really just focused on the story, and that was another thing about me, is I didn't have this, like, this is what I find hard about the industry, is I don't really have this, you know, life-changing, mind-blowing story necessarily about my background. I'm not a farmer. I'm not a rancher. I'm literally just a girl who likes to sing. So it was interesting to see them try to develop a story
Right.
for me. But I mean, I think my story is very much like the up and coming, doing it the old school way, playing in bars, late nights, staying out, like, but all because you love it. And I'm like, why can't that be story enough?
Yeah.
And they did end up coming to the bar that I worked at, and that was my kind of
That's cool.
story. I hate saying the word again, but so that's ended up kind of being full circle now for me. The whole dive bar beauty queen theme for my record.
Right.
It's just, I'm like, that is me.
Yeah.
You know, it may not be nothing crazy or super over the top exciting, but it's just the love for music and the journey along the way. So that's all I got to give you.
Hey, well, in my opinion, that's more than enough. And I
Yeah,
think your
me too.
your
Thank
voice
you.
and the soul that, I mean, just everything that you do, I think is.
Thank you so much.
It speaks for itself. I think your talent does as well, and I think that's what's cool. And
Thank
I
you.
think, at least in my experience watching The Voice, it doesn't seem like all those other reality shows where they do try to script all this drama and other stuff. It always,
Right.
it's always seemed like it's
A little
about
bit softer.
the music,
Yes.
and like you said, the story, and then also the judges and how they interact and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just it's my favorite music type show to watch, just because I think
Yeah.
it seems like the most authentic. I mean,
got a
I
good
like also
variety.
the fact, it's not necessarily like a Star Search type of show, like where you're just trying to prove
Hey,
yourself.
dude, don't
and make
judge
it.
that show. Man, I was on there, bro.
Shot
I didn't
fired.
specifically. I didn't
Fired.
specifically say Colgate Country Showdown for that
thing,
reason.
man.
Wait, so what did you do?
Colgate Country Showdown, but it was Star
What is
Search. It was
this?
before all these things.
Okay.
I won't say
It was before even Nashville Star, right? Like that started, and then
right.
Nashville Star was right.
Yeah.
Nashville Star was like, we can do this better. We have money. We're gonna take over this.
Watch this.
And watch what we do here.
I feel like American Idol was kind of my first exposure to that. So I've heard about like Nashville Star and all that, but
They pushed
that's
out
just-
Miranda Lambert
I
and Chris
love-
Young though.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
did good there. Maybe
and I
more,
love
don't
it because it highlights, you know, again, like you said with The Voice, it's not as reality TV show based, but again, for me as somebody who didn't have this long, elaborate backstory to my journey, I just wanted to represent the people like me who were just love music and were trying to make a living doing it, and it's all they knew. So
Yeah.
it's really nice to see that that opportunity is still there, and you don't always have to come from a certain, you know, background or have this complete sob story to get noticed.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it just is opened the lane for so many different people.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What was your process? You know, I mean, I think I read that you started playing in dive bars and stuff around the age of 16.
Yeah.
Like for
As soon as they'd let me in.
yeah. So for like some of the
There we
younger viewers, listeners, like what does that look like? Like how at 16 you can get into bars and
With your parents.
yeah.
I like just really started learning how to play guitar, and I'd reach out to places and ask if they'd have me, and some would have like open mic nights. And I think a local artist at the time had asked, it was me and a friend who were kind of opening and going back and forth, sharing songs, harmonizing. And for this one band, and a couple of his members, when they split up, actually ended up being in my first band. So it was cool to kind of see that whole process unfold. But yeah, I mean, it was me, my parents driving me to gigs and
That's cool.
putting tip jar out and taking requests.
It's good parents right there.
I'm telling you, they had no reason to believe that music was going to be viable for me, and they still ended up being like, you know, if you want to do this, if you're serious about it, we'll take you to gigs. And plus, they're like, we'd rather take you than you go by yourself too. And even after I was of age, they still came to gigs and would sell my merch
That's
on the
awesome.
weekend. So
People
yeah, I
love
mean,
meeting the artist's parents too. I know that for sure.
they've saved me from quite a few scenarios. So
Nice.
with men and women. So that was
There you
nice
go.
to have them there at the time.
So at 16, who were some of your influences that
That's a good one.
got you into, you know, because I don't
So
know a lot
many
of 16-year-olds that would just literally start going and playing in bars. I mean,
Yeah.
like
I think at that
anybody
time-
that inspired
You and
that?
Taylor.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I loved all kinds of music. I'm trying to think of who. I still did karaoke with like Dixie Chicks and Gretchen Wilson at that time. That's what I would sing.
Right.
Rascal Flatts.
What was your go-to Dixie Chicks karaoke song?
Deep Cut. When You Were Mine.
Good one.
Wow.
Because I had a friend's mom who I would sing it with. She had a killer voice, and we would always do it on karaoke. But Taylor Swift, I was a Swiftie back in that time. Our song, like Tim McGraw, all those.
Were you a fan of the song "Hey Stephen" by chance?
Hey Stephen, I know looks can be deceiving, but am I
You should have heard his version of that. It was.
You have a version?
It cannot be.
She
said.
wrote that song about me after we toured with her, but my version is an adult version.
You'll have to show me later. I gotta hear this. You can't tell me that and not show
It
me.
has never been recorded. That's for
I
sure.
don't even know
That's
if I
all
would
right.
say it out loud ever again. That was back in my drinking days.
Yeah, this day and age, I don't know
Be
what you can get away
canceled
with
hard
saying.
on that one.
Wait, so are you for real? Like she wrote that legit about you?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah,
I
dude.
thought you were pulling my leg.
No, that's a real story. That's facts.
Oh man, I don't remember all the words, so maybe that's good.
You got the beginning down.
Well, from
pat.
now on, after he gives you his take on
wanna
the
hear it.
lyrics,
Nope.
you might never hear the song.
Will
The
not do
alternate
it.
version, Steven's version.
Nope. I have had people who are like, "You need to write, hey Taylor, you need to do it." I'm like, dude, I am married with kids. That was like so long ago. I'm not just gonna like do that now.
I'm mind blown. Like I'm still processing that this is real.
We were touring over in Germany back in March, and like for the first time ever, I guess his daughter realized that Taylor Swift had written a song about him, and she called him and she was like, "Dad, you never told me that Taylor wrote a song about you. This is crazy."
How do you explain that? You're just like, hey, hun, by the way.
Well, this is funny. We were at Opry Mills Mall yesterday. Heck of a mall. They really improved it. We were looking at phone cases of these like custom whatever phone cases. So I was gonna like get a custom one. Couldn't find anyone that was working there, so we didn't. But and my daughter comes around the corner and goes, "You should get this one for your phone, Dad."
Oh,
and
gosh.
she holds up his Taylor Swift. And I was
You're
like,
like-
and her mom goes, "I told her to say that."
Oh, so,
I was like,
so mom's in on it too.
so I got it.
That's
No, I was kidding. I
hilarious.
didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Hey, let's see your phone real quick.
Yeah,
It's like
check
the
it out.
longest running inside joke for y'all. That's amazing. I feel like I have a great piece of new knowledge.
Yeah.
I won't go around and tell people about that, but that's insane.
And
pretty
she
wild.
even
I forgot about
she
that
spelled
song.
out "Love and Theft" in the liner notes with all the capital letters.
Her coding.
No
with her
way.
little Easter egg thing that she did,
Taylor,
so.
don't be doing my boys like that.
I mean, at least it's
So
a nice
funny.
song. Very nice song.
Yes. Yeah, no
I
dragging.
think you look angelic.
Thank you. Yeah.
Did you get like featured in a music video or anything?
Oh man, yeah, she's great. I didn't make one dime off his song.
Dang.
Apparently, she's still like when we were over in Europe. She was about to, I think, play in Europe. Maybe it was last summer, but
Yeah.
People would text us and be like, "Hey, she played it."
It's the song.
She's still playing
Oh,
it live, so
man.
she's still thinking about me. Travis Kelce, suck it, nerd.
Yes. Yeah, she just released her or just announced her new record, so maybe
Yeah.
that'll
Oh,
be
that's cool.
maybe there'll be a
The dance,
a
dance
reprisal.
mix.
yeah.
Stupid.
And I'd like to hear a real stripped down, like, heartfelt acoustic version of it.
Me
I should do
too.
my own version of the song, but like actually sing those words, not like rewrite it to Taylor. I should like do my
I listen,
record
so
of singing about myself. I can't help it if I look like an angel.
I literally have not heard that song in so long. I have to go back and listen.
It's pretty much the greatest
And
song
then I'll
she's ever put
Venmo
out.
you
Honestly,
like $1.50 or something.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, just go buy it on
Support the
iTunes
cause.
instead of streaming it.
So as a hair person, I've been wanting to ask this question. I
Oh
just thought it was-
gosh.
No, like when like you go and have people like doing your hair and stuff, did you ever have like, I'm just gonna go redo this better than they did it in the bathroom, like right after this?
Like curling or
I don't know, just anything. Like, do you like? Would you rather someone do your hair, or you do like can you do your hair better, or the way you like it better?
I don't know that it's necessarily better. It's just I
mean,
think
the
I
way you
know
like
like my preference on like my curls
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
volume and like how I want certain parts of my hair to, like have it's a total girl thing.
Yeah.
I
Well, I don't know.
think I hate to say this. I do think there was maybe one time where I was just like I looked in the mirror and I'm like I do not feel like myself.
Yeah.
And it was like makeup and hair. And it might have I don't remember what it might have been on the voice. But I didn't like retouch it or anything, but I was still I think I struggled because at the time I was 21 and I think they were trying to paint me as a bit of like the young blonde-haired country girl. And I just wasn't that. I'm like much more edgy and they were that show was the most I'd ever worn dresses in my life.
Yeah.
And I told them I was like, I don't wear dresses. And they put me in dresses every
night.
single
No,
time.
that would drive me nuts.
but I was like, maybe I need to embrace it. It's new.
It worked though. Something worked, I guess.
I still don't wear dresses to
Yeah.
this day. But
Never
Yeah.
wear dresses.
I think maybe every so often.
Well, it's like a special occasion, like a wedding, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, and even then, I try to go for a jumpsuit or a romper.
Yeah, I like a good romper. Yeah.
Yeah,
On a girl,
just
that's
one
cool.
piece of clothing. Ain't got to worry about no mishaps. Yeah, so maybe one time I've
you go.
like touched up.
One time.
My hair and
That's
makeup.
wild.
I don't know. I
like
haven't
that.
had a lot of people do my hair and makeup. I
Yeah.
do enjoy. I think that is one part of my process, like with shows that
Yeah,
I've
it's cool.
enjoyed having that little bit of time to sit down and figure out how to make myself look not homeless.
Do you
like, all right, what do we
your
do with
girlfriends
this?
hit you up like to come do your hair, do their hair for them?
I've done for like a couple of weddings. I've helped out with hair
That's
and
nice.
makeup, but I'm like comfortable with my own being
Well, you went to
responsible for somebody else's.
You went to school for it though.
I
You were about to
did.
do that all the time.
But I also know when something is not my thing, and I don't believe that I was like the best at hair enough. If I'm gonna do something, I want to be great. Like
Yeah.
I want to do it 100% or not do it at all. It just as far as skill, and especially if it's something to do with somebody's hair or makeup, because that shit is hard to like take off and redo once it's there. So
Well, you went to school for it, then you kind of jumped into music, so you didn't really get to work that craft, I guess, maybe, right?
yeah, I
See
mean,
what I did there?
yeah,
Thank
but
you.
it,
Craft connection. That was pretty.
it literally lines
ingenious.
up perfect.
It was actually an accident. It was the back central lobe of my brain.
As soon as you said it, though, I was like, "Oh, that was clever."
Nice play on words, Steven. With hair and makeup, I went to school because I enjoyed doing it already. And I was kind of gigging, and I think that's what kind of led me to believe I might enjoy doing it. So I was doing my hair and makeup for all my gigs. So as much as I enjoy doing it with my, like for myself, I was too nervous. And I did end up getting my license. I passed the exam. So I was somewhat decent, but it just proved to me more that music is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Every day I was like, I could be doing music. I could be gigging somewhere.
Yeah.
I just didn't love it. I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it.
That reminds me of what I was doing before I got into
Yes,
music.
do tell.
I was assistant to the manager at Blockbuster, and I was like, you know what?
Nice.
I don't think this is what I want to do with the rest of my life.
Blockbuster was the spot.
And so I was like,
Except
you know
for
what?
the candy. It was always stale.
And I called my manager. I said, you know, I just don't think my actual music manager. I was like, can I quit? And he's
Yeah.
like, yes. And I quit and I walked home.
That was me with
East
Academy
Nashville.
Sports and Outdoors.
Nice.
Do y'all know Academy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I worked as a cashier there, and it was I've worked many different jobs. I've worked in a plastic plant, like manufacturing plant, where they produce like pill bottles.
Really?
Working 12-hour shifts, like anything. I've worked as a waitress, and I was working at Academy Sports and Outdoors at that time. And I'm the type that's like, I don't want to just quit with no 2-week notice, but I got that gig offer off of. Do y'all remember this website where you could apply and put like your profile, and you could find band members around you?
Yeah, what was it called?
I don't remember.
No.
You're
but-
like, no.
Well, I don't remember what it's called, but I remember something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't bands in town.
Friendfinder.com.
It was like
Band.
it was
I thought
something.
It was a Facebook.
And I made a profile and I said that I was a singer anyways. The lady at Wendell's Dip and Branch they were looking for a new house band singer, and they found my profile, and so I got that
remember this.
request, looked at my email randomly, and asked my manager, I was like, do you think I should just like I got the gig.
Is it not Gig Finder or something like that?
No, it's
What
like
do they use in town now? That like Lee told me about like years ago.
That was that Facebook page.
Oh.
Nashville
I
Gig
remember it was
Finder,
like a
but I know what you're
red-
talking about. It was
theme.
actually an actual website or an app or something. I
but you
thought.
could like it was to form bands.
Yep.
It was to find band members.
Dang.
And I just had a profile on there.
Man, I could have found a good band to be in other than this one.
Yeah, sorry, you got
I
stuck
would
with
have
me.
got on that website.
Stop. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think y'all have
settled,
done
you
pretty
settled.
well
Yeah,
for
but-
yourselves.
Backup plan, I guess.
Oh my! Wait, so how did y'all meet in the first place? Is it here?
Yeah,
Craigslist.
Craigslist.
No.
For
kind
real?
of.
kind of.
I did.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Kanan
So kind of the
Smith.
same
We
thing.
both different ways.
Kanan Smith, who we just had in here.
Love him.
Me too, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's who that was.
Yeah. I
Oh my
was
gosh.
producing a demo for him for
shit.
like my roommate had started it with him, who was also a producer at the time.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to get into it, and my producer got into some my roommate,
Yeah.
who was also a producer, got into some drugs. And
Good
some other
drugs,
stuff.
though.
Good
You know what
drugs,
I'm saying?
enough
Like-
to keep him out of the house
Yeah,
for
those good
2
Right.
drugs
weeks
where
at
you
a
don't want to
time.
do
Yeah.
anything else kind of drugs.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, Kanan shows up and was
Those
like, "Hey, I'm
types.
supposed to cut this demo, but I don't think your guy's here. Is he? His car's not here." I was
This
like, "Yeah, he
guy?
hasn't been here in like 2
Your
weeks."
guy. It was Eric's
Yeah.
guy.
I was like, "He's actually under a bridge down."
Man, that's rough.
Probably
Oddly
was.
enough, he actually
Yeah, he
was.
was.
It'd be
Yeah.
like that sometimes.
Yep.
I've had my fair share of stories with
Bridges?
siblings and family, so I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, it's
Definitely
a
get that.
rough thing. But anyways, at that point, it actually worked out well for me, just because
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm studying to be an audio engineer. I can do this, and
got
I'll
the
see if I
gig.
can do it for you. So
Dang.
went upstairs, cut the vocal, came back down. He was leaving. I was just saying goodbye on the front porch, and he's like, "Hey man, I've got a show tonight. My buddy Steven Lyles is opening for me. It's at
Barker Lyles, bro.
Stephen Barker Lyles, yeah.
Golly.
And he even told me
3
this
names.
story about his friend who had a Camaro and
Yeah.
had his
Me.
website on the back window of it, and it was
Me.
you know that silhouette like that truckers use of like a hot chick like leaned up. It's
Oh,
like a
I had those
silhouette.
on my old
Okay.
van.
With a horseshoe.
store.
Super
Oh,
country.
he had a
Yeah.
horseshoe
on there.
too. So it's that on the back
Like-
of his car.
Hand on the back of the head.
Oh yeah.
As big as
Yeah.
it could go on the back windshield. Or
He was like, "Yeah, you should come check him out. And it would be great." So he opened for him, and like we got introduced that night, and
Okay.
we did the typical Nashville. We should write sometime,
Right.
You know,
The
get together.
classic.
We didn't for 5 months, and then
Yep.
literally showed up to the equivalent of an audition. The guy sent me a message on MySpace from an official Sony
Yeah.
Records email address that he had made up, I think, at
Oh
the time.
my
He did, he
gosh.
made up a-
Sounds
But
about
he
right.
actually had been like commissioned by this A&R guy at Sony in New York to go
Okay.
put together like a new, younger Eagles vibe, 70s country rock type thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Jeff
So-
at legit Sony record deal.com.
Legit Sony record deal. It's not fake. It's legit.
But we
Official.
show up and there's another producer there named Robert Ellis Oral who, you know, had tons of hits. He was a successful,
We were able
you know,
to Google
solo
him,
artist.
and we're like, oh, that
Right.
guy's legit.
You're like, all right, he has some kind of record.
And they together had only ever worked on one project at the time, and it was for Lindsay Lohan's movie Freaky Friday.
yes.
You can find that. So that
So
was,
like they had written the theme song for that together and
No.
had some success. So we were like, all right, this seems legit.
yeah.
Wait, was this the song that they're like jamming to in the movie?
Ultimate.
Okay.
Yes, it's played like 4
the
times in the movie. I
don't
think.
wanna grow
I think
up,
so, yeah.
I wanna. Oh.
If I remember correctly,
I love that
was
you
it.
know that. though.
Hey, that was my
Have you seen
sorry. That
Freakier
was my
Friday yet?
generation. Not yet, but I've seen a ton of commercials and
too.
and
might
then, like
watch
all
it.
their hype, they played that song.
Yeah.
They had like a live show for it.
Well,
so.
Robert Ellsworth just re-released his own solo version of him singing the song.
He did.
I'm gonna have to go look
He's
this
in
up.
like
That's
a band, and he's always been an artist, and he's always put out crazy,
Yeah.
cool, funky music.
He's
and
been ignoring my text, so I'm bad. Pretty pissed off.
Uh-oh.
You better get back to
Sounds
you.
like
Now
he's
I'm
been
worried
worried
about
about
his
Freakier Friday.
I know, I'm worried about his health now.
But anyways, that's how we met. So we were-
Very cool.
And I responded to a Craigslist ad, so it wasn't so. And it said kind of a similar thing, probably what they sent him, but it was on there. And it was the first time I was ever on Craigslist.
Right.
Some dude, I was working at Sam's Club, and this guy's like, "Yeah, if you're looking for some gigs or whatever, you should go on Craigslist." I was like, "What's Craigslist?" He's like, "Oh, you can find all kinds of stuff on there."
You didn't even know what it was.
Never
at the
heard of
time?
it before. I went on my cousin's computer over in Antioch, where I used to live, and I got on there, and it's like record deal, new Eagles style country band. I was like, man, that sounds good.
That sounds promising.
So I went to whatever that coffee shop is across from Bongo Java, maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
Went there and met Robert L. Sorrell, and he's like, "Well, here's what you're gonna do. You can come and do this audition, da da da." And so they asked me to be in the band. I was like, "Sure." They're like, "We need one more person," and they're like, "Have you ever heard of this Eric Gunderson guy?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I think I met him." And let's pull up his MySpace page. Pulled it up, listened to some of his songs. I was like, "Yeah, he's pretty good, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna bring him out." He came. We're like, He played some songs for us in this little room, about the size of this. And he
Dang.
played some songs. We all went outside. Us and the producers, like, "Yeah, he's pretty good." It's pouring down rain. We're like, getting stuck.
Yeah,
in
they made me sit inside by
Yeah, we left
myself
him
for like
inside.
15
And
minutes.
just to elaborate.
They're standing
like,
right outside the door. I can hear every word they're saying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, should we ask them to be in the band? They're like, yeah. I was like, all right, let's go inside. And we like, Eric, do you
Very
want to be in the band?
cool.
And Eric Styles, he's like, yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Sounds fun.
Oh, those were the days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, back when you like first forming your band and
Yeah.
figuring out what you want to do. So like, how was y'all's? I'm interviewing you
Yeah,
now.
I like
Go
it.
ahead.
How has it been being in a duo all this time? I've
Because-
always been so curious.
We were 4 at first.
Okay, oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, we were
Okay.
4, and then one dude quit right before we were about to sign our first deal at Lyric Street. And then we put out that record, and that label closed, and then the dude, Brian, who did the first record with like Runaway and stuff, he's like, "Man,
Right.
guys, because we were all solo artists they put together.
Okay.
So it was
okay.
like you got 4 dudes that wanted to do their own style of music. Now all of a sudden we're doing one style.
Right.
So he's like, "I
Right,
just
I'm
really
like-
want to make this rock record, like Led Zeppelin style, you know."
Okay.
And Eric and I were like, "All right."
And he told us this literally the day
Oh,
we
yeah.
were
We're about to
literally
sign.
hours away from going into RCA to sign our deal.
Well, that's what I'm curious is like who makes that decision and like who gets the final. We're doing this route. You know.
Well, the good thing is like we had just gotten off Lyric Street. We had just cut ties with the management that we had been working with,
Okay.
which was Mark Miller of the band Sawyer Brown. So he was our first manager. Like
Yeah.
he gave us some great advice, and he wasn't as hands-on as far as our day-to-day management went. He was
Right.
more of the figurehead that would make the tough calls and
Connections.
connections,
all the
calling
things.
favors and stuff for us.
Yeah.
But we were just like, all right, we've been splitting money 3 ways for a couple years now. So when he told us he wanted to go do that, we were like, all right, well, let's see what happens as a duo.
Yeah.
50-50 is better than 33%.
Yeah.
Brooks and Dunn had just retired, so they were not for the first time.
Yeah,
And they
but
were-
I'm
so
about to
there
say
was
which
no-
time.
There was no duo over there, and Montgomery Gentry was gone. So we're like, "Shoot, we'll be the only duo here." And they were like super on board. They didn't. It wasn't even like a big meeting. He's like, "Yeah, I think that'll work out. Let me make one phone call or whatever."
Yeah.
And then we put out Angelize, and here we are.
Yeah. Here we are. All these.
Here we are at
years later.
Riley Green's Suck Pond
Yeah. Yes. And with a podcast now
With
to
a
top it all
podcast, yeah.
off.
with cool couches and you. So
I
everybody's
know.
working.
I really was excited to see the
And
camo
Broken Wings. I hope
couches.
this
So
is not. This is kind of like. This is like Eric and I. We have broken wings in the music industry.
Well, we're still
But
surviving.
we're still here.
still flapping.
Suck it, nerds.
Yeah, and this guy kind of switches back and forth between which one of us it is. And,
Right.
like, one of us has to fly for the other one.
Yeah.
I'm about to say,
occasionally,
well,
so-
that's the good thing about y'all having each other is y'all can
Yeah.
pick up each other's slack.
It
So.
was
But
dangerous
to
at
finish your
times.
question, like
Yeah.
being a duo, I think is probably why we're still doing it.
Right.
Because I mean, it's also we're incredibly fortunate that we're best friends.
Yeah.
We've
It
done it for 19
makes a
years.
big
Never
difference.
really we've had like one little fight.
Phew.
Like,
Yeah.
That's rare.
and we can remember it and still
rare.
talk about it as the joke that it was, because it
Right.
really wasn't a big deal. It was almost an accident, and like we've had
It'd be like that.
we've had tough conversations, but like there's never been anything that him and I haven't agreed on some level.
We're both different enough.
Yeah,
right.
different enough personality wise, but
Yeah.
we also have the same goals, very similar upbringings.
Yeah.
And I think
Same
like,
kind of.
we're the yin to each other's yang, which I don't think a lot of duos have. And
Right.
the fact that we both are lead singers also, that we both play, do things differently. It's not like, okay, I'm waiting on you to sing lead because I can only sing harmonies. It's like,
Exactly. You both are strong in
Yeah,
all the
You know, and
departments.
there's been shows where we had to help each other out and sing songs that we wouldn't normally
'cause someone's
sing
voice
just
was
to
out, or-
to get something done. And
That's
you know,
sick.
to be able to lean on somebody like that in
Huge.
emotional situations.
My dance
and-
moves are better than his though.
Absolutely.
Somebody's gotta be
He
the
is
better
a
dancer.
Much better dancer than I am, but different style. I'm more of an interpretive dance style.
he is.
Yeah,
He's more
you're
of the
more
technical.
like break dance.
Oh yeah, he's an incredible break dancer.
Yeah, people say that
could
about
see
me.
it.
Not as good as Chris Young, but
Yeah,
he's
I
the
know
OG
Chris is
Nashville.
actually a good breakdancer.
I've heard you're a good break dance / line dance. I've heard you come up with a new.
Yeah, it's one of my passions.
You know, he's just changing the game, just throwing new things, new trends in the dance world out there all the
Oh
time.
my goodness. So are y'all? How many shows are y'all playing right now? Like, are y'all on the road pretty heavy still? Or
This
y'all?
summer we've been super busy. I mean,
Nice.
played in Idaho 2 nights ago, so you know,
That's
lots
awesome.
more fly dates and stuff and one-offs than the typical go out tour hard 4 days, have 3 days off and then get back at it. So you know,
Right.
I mean, I'd rather
Steady.
be gone more always, but that's just
Same
me.
here.
I'm the same. I'm the same as you then.
I'm
because-
restless when I'm home.
yeah.
But we've been doing this too, so this keeps us busy. We both got 2 little kids, so that's we're
Yeah.
not busy.
Yeah, and I've got a recording studio at my place too, so like
It's all the things you
there's
want.
all things now that we have in place
Yes.
to, okay, I'm not necessarily playing shows, but like this feels,
But it's still productive
productive
to
and it's
everything
in
y'all
the
are
music
doing. Yeah.
world, and anything I can do to work and still be active in music.
Yeah.
That's my goal. I mean, I have other businesses and stuff also, but this
Yeah.
is my passion, and
where the
just
heart
sitting and
is.
talking with people about what I love more than anything is surprisingly very rewarding. I
And
mean,
it's fun.
It's
I
so
feel like
fun.
we don't all get to do this all the time, especially because you go in with somebody here in a ride, or I don't know. I feel like you don't really have a ton of time to sit down and get into the music stuff with
Yeah.
each other living here all the time. So I've really just started getting into podcasts, and it's been really fun to
That's cool.
Yeah.
like dive into stuff and talk about things that you normally don't get to talk about on
Yeah.
a regular basis, you know?
I think my favorite thing about it is getting other artists' perspective on the same situations we've been in over the years.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, how would you deal with
Yeah,
this?
like
How do
Cracker
you
Barrel. What do you think
react?
about Cracker Barrel rebranding?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Amen.
Cracker Barrel is like a staple for me, and honestly, my house looks like a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Like just the
That's
shit
fun. We
scattered all over
we
the
have
walls.
the same decoration styles then.
Yes, I mean it's not necessarily all farmhouse, but it's more of just like that eclectic, like
eclectic,
stuff just kind
rustic,
of
cool
everywhere.
stuff,
yeah. And
yeah, like there's
the
that
candy
little hole in the
store-
wall. Like we could fit something there.
Yeah, I mean, or you just- anywhere. Y'all got plenty of space.
That's
Let me
what
get a
I'm
hold of
saying.
it.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I don't even know what all they're changing about it, but that has been a childhood like staple for me. So it'll be interesting to see how it all
And my opinion on
pans
it is,
out.
if we weren't in this climate kind of culturally that we're in,
Yeah.
nobody probably would have given 2 shits about it. If they had just changed the logo, and even if they wanted
Yeah, I
to
think
update
everybody's-
their business and what it looked like, most people wouldn't really care. Sure, there'd be some traditionalists that would be bothered, but just because of
Yeah.
this whole woke thing,
To
doesn't
me,
matter what side you're on, in my opinion. It's just like, why can't we just let things exist and be what they are? And if you have a new marketing manager that wants to rebrand, that's his job, right? So
Yeah.
he's going to come in and try to make something better, and in this case, he's kind of screwed it up for him. But I mean,
we'll see how long until people start rebelling.
The
Yeah.
one thing
I
that
feel like
they
people
didn't-
love the OG Cracker Barrel.
yeah.
The one thing they haven't really been talking about, because everything else has been so crazy with it, is they've been losing money.
I've heard
And they're
that.
not like, hey, we should rebrand because we're not doing so well. No, that's never. They're not even talking about that
Yeah.
part of it. Like that was kind of the goal around it. It wasn't like, let's do it because we want to be this or whatever. It's like, yeah, we're not really doing so well. Maybe we needed to rebrand.
Maybe
Well, something that
rethink
probably
this.
wasn't a political move to begin with is now turned into that just
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
of how
and I
everybody
think
reacts to
that's-
everything that happens.
As long
I
as the
feel like
hash
that's
brown
how it normally
casserole's the
goes.
same, though, that's right.
It's like people start cleaning up and rechanging things, and I think it could be taken all kinds of different ways. But at the end of the day, I'm like, as long as y'all don't change the chicken and dumplings,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the hash brown casserole is the best.
I
one
won't
of
be
all time.
mad.
And don't
But
get rid of the general store out front. That's what my kids love about going there.
Yes,
I
that
love
is the
milling
best
around
part.
and looking at it. It's
That's probably where
cool.
they are making money.
Yeah.
if I hope they don't.
I mean,
'cause
I
I've heard
can't leave
rumors.
Cracker Barrel without spending at least
Oh,
$100
no,
in
yeah,
that
$100.
country
On
store
knickknacks.
every time.
Yeah, it's like going to the mall.
Yeah, they got all kinds of stuff in there now. Well, had. Hopefully
we'll
they still
see.
have
Yeah,
it.
hopefully
they
they don't
will.
get rid of that. I mean, that
We'll
would be,
see.
That would be sad. But I mean, things change. Let's be honest.
Things
Everything
change.
changed. People change. Companies change.
No,
So
it
I can't be too
does.
upset about it, but you know, it is what
It has
is.
been funny to watch it all play out, though. Maybe not funny, but I know people take that stuff seriously.
People
They do.
Man,
They don't joke about their Cracker
I'm
Barrel.
seeing that stuff everywhere. I'm just like, oh man.
Well, you know what they say. There's no such thing as bad press. Which
Well, and
seems
now
like
that
their
lane
stock
is
took a
open
little
for
hit,
somebody.
but,
Well,
you know.
everyone's gonna at least go once to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I thought about it recently.
Hey,
I
maybe
can't
that was part
lie.
of the plan, which is actually pretty brilliant. If they threaten to change it, now all these people are going to rush to the stores
prove them
try
wrong.
to get, the
But
old
they're still
school
gonna enjoy
Cracker
the
Barrel
food
experience.
unless they change that too. which
Right,
I
they're
doubt
still gonna
they
make
did.
that money.
They're like, dang, that was good food. Yeah, maybe we'll go back again.
Yeah. I thought about it. All this press has gotten me hungry for some Cracker Barrel.
I drove by it on the way
It's
here this morning. I was
working.
like, I might stop.
I will say they're on top of it because on my way home yesterday on 24, the billboard has the new logo. I was like, no way.
You know who
So
really
they're
made
on
a
top of it.
comeback? Red Lobster. That new
I
CEO
love
got
Red
in there and he said, "We better fix this up. We ain't
Yep.
shutting
Yeah.
down."
Dude, I
like
buy the frozen
Best
cheddar
Biscuit.
biscuits
Yeah.
from
Oh.
Kroger, and they
They're so
taste
good.
identical. Like,
Man.
they're
They're
that's
so
the best
good.
I'm
part
gonna have
of
to
that
go
place.
eat after this. Y'all making me hungry.
I'm hungry too. Oh, it's 2:30.
Yeah, we're
We'll
supposed
get
to
apps at Cracker Barrel and dinner at Red Lobster.
And meet us for breakfast tomorrow at Cracker Barrel again.
Oh my goodness! Hey, if this new Cracker Barrel wants to sponsor me,
Amen.
I won't be mad about
She's
that
in.
either, or
I
any
can
of
see- I
us.
He
can
likes
get-
the product.
I can get
Yeah.
right behind that rebrand if they
Yes.
really sponsor us.
You know what's funny? We did a Cracker Barrel. We had a Christmas album that was exclusively like a duets. Well, not duets. Like a bunch of people redid a bunch of Christmas songs, and it was only in Cracker Barrel. And
Cracker Barrel
Do you
exclusive.
remember what song we did? I can't. So it was Silent Night.
Silver Bells.
Silver Bell. Yeah.
Nice.
You would like our version of Silver Bells.
I bet I
We
would,
did a classy
honestly.
version of it.
Yeah.
I always like scroll through the CDs and stuff when I was in there.
Yeah,
Like,
me
what they
too.
got?
Yeah,
Can't
I do
find
every
anywhere
time.
else.
I always go find because they've got the old gospel stuff, like
Yes,
the Gaither Vocal
yeah.
Band and Statler Brothers and
They got
stuff
like
like
old
that.
Vince Gill.
Oh yeah,
They got everything.
yeah. They had a time too where like they had a collaboration or a partnership with the Opry, so like
Yeah.
all the Opry members would put out records and they distributed,
Yeah.
solely through Cracker Barrel.
We'll
I
make
hope
this
they keep
one
all
of-
that in there.
We'll make this one of our shorts. Love and Theft talks about rebranding with Cracker Barrel and Ashland Craft.
Yes. Hey, I'd love to see what people have to say about it. I want to
Me
hear
too.
from people that have went to
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
know what the situation is. So
Well, I did see one image and it was like the Cracker Barrel logo on like a
So
real
sad.
slick, like
nah, dude.
like
That's
Chipotle-
AI, bro.
Chipotle
I
type
know.
thing.
Man.
But that's the picture everyone gravitated to and jumped on board. And they were like, "This isn't Cracker Barrel." Like,
I know. I mean, after all this time, I do wonder. I'm like, why? It was doing so fine before. Why are we changing it up now? But whatever. I mean,
I just
I'll
drove past
open
their
my own
headquarters
Cracker
in
Barrel
Lebanon
one
the other
day.
day. It's still a great spot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They haven't changed the logo there yet.
No,
yeah,
we're really
yet.
pumped about it, and we just had to make some changes. And so, but it's going pretty good so far, honestly. And people like the food still, so we're just gonna keep it going. It's been great press for us,
Oh, that's good.
and yeah. So I hope you guys come out to the restaurant soon.
Well,
hope to
if
see
you'd
you guys
sponsor
there.
both
I will-
us,
Yeah.
Ashland and Love and Theft, that'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
I promise
so.
that we can get you guys less than 15-minute wait for a table of 4 by the window.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, or by the fire if you prefer, but it's a little hot still.
It
But
is a little hot.
we
so-
still have checkers.
Yes,
and we
and the
still
little
have the
peg
little
things.
pin game.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I should know as the CEO, but I forgot the name of that game. But
It's
there is
the
an algorithm.
triangle like puzzle thing,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Those are-
yeah, where you have to jump the T's.
Yes.
Yes, we're
Classic. See, can't be going
Yeah,
My
and changing all
6-year-old
that.
always seems to win because he
Yeah.
doesn't understand how you're supposed to
We
play.
designed the
so-
algorithm for 6-year-olds,
6-year-olds,
so they
that was-
make their parents
That
buy
was
it
pretty
for them,
smart. I appreciate
so they can
that.
win at something.
Well, thank you to the CEO of Cracker Barrel for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Buy stock; it's really low right now, and it can only go up from there.
Oh my gosh. Hey, maybe with the rebrand we can get our music blasting in there
Hey,
nonstop.
maybe. I mean, we're here talking positively about Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Spreading the word.
take note.
So
I mean, take note, CEO.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll put you
Thank
guys
you.
on the playlist.
we need you to put in a good word for us.
I can actually do that. Yeah.
Although mine might be a little bit more too vulgar for Cracker Barrel. I got cuss words in almost every song.
Well,
So
we'll find one that's not, and then we'll.
No,
throw it
we're
in there.
becoming a more progressive. I mean, they're becoming a
are.
more progressive company.
That's
They
true,
might be,
actually.
they might be
Good
okay
point.
with that. You know,
That's true. Well, if Lil Wayne can do edited versions, we'll find one of yours.
we just won't play it on Sunday when the church crowd's
Right,
in there.
when-
you know.
correct.
We stick to gospel music on Sundays anyway
Yeah.
here at Cracker Barrel. So
Speaking of edited music, so
oh
I
gosh.
let my son pick the music in the car the other day, and I'm like, he's like, yeah. I'm like, who you gonna play? He's like, yeah. I don't know who it was. It was like Lil Wayne or something, the baby or whatever. He's like, no. I'm like, no, dude. There's like we got 2 little girls in the back, whatever. He's like, no, it's edited.
It's the edited version.
You listen to it, it ain't that edited.
Right. It's like all the
It's
hard
like,
words.
No, I mean, it's still, and hitting it from behind and the
Right.
I'm like, well, they don't edit that. They're just
They don't take
editing
out
the N word,
sentences.
the F word, all the other words.
Yeah.
They're editing out those, but it's still blank. You know exactly what they're saying because
Oh,
most of
yeah.
it rhymes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, I'm like, okay, well, next song, Jet.
Oh
I
my
wonder what like
gosh.
an innocent like a kid's mind when he hears something like hitting it from behind, like as a kid when you don't really understand like
Totally has to
anything
be
yet,
innocent.
are
You're
you
like,
thinking
oh,
like,
baseball.
oh, it's talking about a football tackle got
Yeah.
hit from behind.
Got him. I was not. I don't think I listened to like Lil Wayne or anything until I was probably early high school. We thought we were the coolest for
Yeah.
like knowing
Yeah.
all the words and
Yeah.
The first rap
Nobody
album I
else
bought was
did.
Timbaland
wow.
and had like the explicit lyric thing
Oh,
on the front.
yeah.
I remember my dad
Rebel.
found it after like
Oh, yeah.
me having it for like 4 or 5 days.
He's like, what is
And
this?
came home and was sitting on the kitchen table. and was like,
Ooh,
oh,
that's
shit,
when you
he
know
got
you're
me.
screwed.
Because
don't
I had
say
like
anything,
I had
you're
an
just sitting there.
NSYNC CD that
Oh,
I
yeah.
had back then. And my dad was like, "This is trash. You gotta listen to that."
I know. So what do you want me to listen to, Dad?
Were your
Like
parents-
I'd go downstairs and listen to his record player was the Eagles, Tom
Yeah.
Petty,
Right,
Crosby,
the
Stills and
classics.
Nash, Creedence,
Simon
anything like
Garfunkel.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
So I was like, that's what I was listening to and allowed to listen to. So when I heard something like, I didn't even really like that Timberland record or whatever, but it
Right,
was just like
it's just
something I
different.
wasn't supposed to have. So like I
Risque.
went and got it.
What music were your parents listening to when you were growing up? You remember?
I mean, a lot of like contemporary Christian music from my
Yes,
mom,
same.
but then also Billy Idol.
Yeah.
Like she loves
Right.
Billy Idol. Literally everything. My dad loves a lot of country music, Merle Haggard, George Jones,
go.
Hank Williams Jr., all that stuff. So it was really truly a mixture. But then also 80s hair band like rock,
You're a Def Leppard fan, right?
Def Leppard, Motley Crue, all those types of
There you
stuff.
go.
So I feel like you can kind of hear that in a lot of my music where I have rock and country and a little bit of soul influence. So they definitely, I mean, they had a lot of vinyls. We didn't really listen to a ton of vinyls growing up, but it was a lot of what was on the radio. So between old country, 80s rock, and Christian music, that was about the bulk of it. But then like when I got in high school, I don't even know if anybody's even gonna know who this is, but I had my like emo phase where I was listening to like a band called Sleeping with Sirens. Still love them to this day. I truly was all over the board. I listened to everything.
A girl I dated in high school, or no, in college, was a big fan
Sleeping
of
with
that
Sirens.
band. Yeah.
I went through a
My
ska
girl.
phase. I listened to a lot of ska for a while.
Oh, I
More
don't know
like
what that
the
is.
dashboard, yellow card kind of
Okay.
trend back then.
Mighty Boss Tones and stuff like that.
Any of Mice and Men for you guys?
yeah.
Did
Okay,
that,
yeah.
like Pierce the Veil, some of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That was a lot of my high school days. I still listen
Were
to
they on Warped
some.
Tour? Were those bands on Warped Tour?
I wanted to go so bad. If y'all remember that show, I think it was on MTV.
Yeah.
But that made me want to go to Warped Tour so bad. And I honestly, until I moved to Nashville and started singing, I had never even been to a music festival
No way.
until I played one.
That's kinda
Warped
cool,
Tour
though.
was not happening.
Yeah. I went once.
For sure.
It was fun.
And
My
my parents were
parents
like
were not.
super strict with music. It was like only Christian music.
Yeah.
And then whatever else. So even like the only
Same.
concerts I got to go to as a kid were like Christian
Winter Jam?
concerts. Winter Jam.
Yep.
But like never anything like an outdoor festival or anything like that. And, like,
Right.
in the way we experience it.
And
Like,
there
I
was no
remember
going by yourself either.
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
I
I'm so
saw-
glad I'm not the only one that had strict
Yeah,
parents.
no, mine,
know,
were-
mine
mine
were the
were
same.
so
Okay.
serious.
I saw
Man.
DC Talk and Jars of Clay so many times. I was,
Oh, yeah.
I could
Yes.
see that.
I've been to more Stephen Curtis Chapman concerts
Oh,
than I
yeah.
can count on any extremity. I mean,
I
like,
love it.
This
Hey.
is a great adventure.
I was like one of the like.
He's
I have
great.
a couple career highlights, but we played at the Ryman.
Okay.
Stephen Curtis Chapman like asked us to come play. Like he had a thing called Sam's Place, and he would feature country artists.
Okay.
So we got to go sing
so
one
cool.
of his biggest songs with him on the Ryman stage, and my dad, who's
Which one?
like,
The one you were just singing?
I think it was
No, it wasn't that one.
like His Strength is Perfect. Or
Okay.
One of those. It was it was a good.
Yeah, he was
popular
like
song.
the it guy for I feel like
Oh, yeah.
forever.
I mean, we
in
went
the-
back. He was
Michael
more
W.
Michael W.
Smith
Smith
fan over
guy.
here.
Yes. I love I think it's Big Daddy Weave.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was crazy because right before he passed, we were rehearsing over at Claire, I want to say it was,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the big open parking lot, and he was rehearsing in one of the buildings, and I just pulled in the parking lot, and it was sunset, and it had just rained, and so it was like glistening, and he's singing Redeemed.
No way.
And I had my windows down. I'm like full body chills. And then I found out not long after that he had passed away, which was so sad. But that was such a cool
God
moment.
put you in that moment.
Oh, it was
sure.
because that song in particular had got me through a lot in life, just in general. And so when I pulled up in
That
that
just gave me
parking lot,
chills.
and it was just his voice echoing, and I knew it was him live because you could just tell, and just the craziest thing. I'll never forget that day.
That's really cool.
Man,
That's a
I
moment.
do love me some Christian music though.
Me too. I mean, Mercy
Yeah.
Me, like
Yeah.
I do too.
Casting Crowns. Like,
Yeah. Oh, third day.
Third day. Oh.
Third
Does
day
anybody know
still.
my friend Rhett Walker's?
Rhett Walker.
Yeah, Steven's doing a Christian project and going on tour with Rhett Walker this
Very
fall,
cool. Okay,
so-
I'm gonna have to dive in.
Yeah, I put out a song in like 3 weeks. Eric actually mixed and mastered it for me. Thanks, Eric.
Very cool.
And
See,
I'm going on my first solo record, so I'm going on a solo
Oh,
Christian
shit.
tour, opening for Rhett Walker all fall.
I say cuss words.
I've had a few people ask me like,
Congratulations.
are you pissed he's doing this? I was like, I don't think I would have mixed it for him if I
Right.
was pissed it anyway. Like,
No, I love that y'all are able to do stuff like that too, and you have something cool
is
that you
nice.
can chase down that you haven't done before.
Yeah,
And
that's fun.
dang,
I'm
so
excited.
Christian record, how many songs are you doing on
Well, I'm
there?
putting out. Well, I got on this
Or
tour.
one
I
song.
got on this tour, and I was like, oh crap, I
I need a song.
Well, I had the songs already because I went to like the Christian version of CRS down in Orlando called
Okay.
Momentum, but I hadn't put anything out yet because I was just finishing it up. And he's like, "Hey, you want to go on tour with me?" I was like, "Oh, wow, fast forward, I got to put out some music." So I'm putting that one out, but I have like 16 songs. I just hadn't planned on expediting the shipping.
Right. That's cool.
So now, so I'm working on artwork and stuff this week, and then
Okay.
servicing it and stuff.
Awesome.
The guy from Sanctus, the guy that works with Sanctus Real, is going to help me out. So it's
Okay, I know that's a band,
cool. Yeah,
right?
Christian band. Yeah.
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 What do you got going on for music? What are you excited about right now? What are you
Well-
doing? What's your process right now?
I've been kind of on a little break from. I've taken a little, not a step back, but just like a little bit of a break from writing because we just released my second record, my sophomore album, Die Bar Beauty Queen, and a lot of those songs were kind of a compilation of the before I moved to Nashville. The first couple years that I was here, and then some that were even written 2 weeks before I went in the studio to record it. So. Now we're just focusing on my first headlining tour. I've
Yeah.
never done that before.
Did
so
you name it after this album?
yes,
That's
it's
great.
the Die Bar Beauty Queen tour, and that song I wrote when I was like 18, 19 years old. So it's really cool to see
It's
it
fun.
be like the subject of this whole new phase for me.
I want a shirt that says that on there.
Oh, I got you. We're in the process of making some merch and cool hats, and just I've had my last album out for probably 4 years now, Traveling Kind. And it's just been forever, but I met Leo 33, who's my label now, and they've been absolutely crushing it. They're new, I'd say new, but they've been in the game for about a little over probably a year or two now, and they are just such champions of people and good music and getting to know you as a person as well as an artist. And so they've really been just such a pleasure to work with. I've felt rejuvenated. This is my second record deal that I've been in. I was with a different one for about 2 or 3 years. So had a little bit of time off from that. Was still touring. I mean, I've done nothing but tour since I've been here. And this year I was like, I just have to do my own headlining tour. I've 30 to 45 minutes is not long enough to cover all the songs that I put out over the past 6 years. So
What do you cover in your set? If you cover somebody else's, like if you're trying to mix it up.
yeah, I mean, in the past I've done Chris Stapleton. I feel like I've always loved him just because it's so soulful and bluesy and sassy and whatever you want to call it. I've done
I
some.
feel like he'd be a perfect collaboration for you in particular.
Speak it out there, put it out there into
Yeah, put it
existence.
out.
I've done the Judds. I love
That's cool.
covering the Judds a whole lot. Tanya Tucker. And then here recently, I've never done a set where I've like shown some of my non-country influences.
Cool.
But I'm gonna be doing some of that on this
Okay.
tour. I'm really
That sounds
excited.
fun,
I feel like
yeah.
people are probably gonna be shocked hearing me sing something that's not country.
That's
do you,
cool.
do you
though.
feel like, sorry to interrupt, but
No, you're good.
like I know that you kind of have like the outlaw kind of tag associated with you
Right.
and what you do. Like, is there any fear that like playing something outside of country is gonna make people be like, oh, see, she's not
I mean,
outlaw
they
country.
could.
Nah.
You listen to me talk. you see my upbringing. I'm like, there's no denying
Right.
I'm country, and no matter what I sing, it's gonna sound
Right.
country.
Here's my favorite Lil Wayne song. Right
Literally. I literally just randomly on TikTok the other day posted of my humps, but like I sang a version of it, and it's country bumpkin as shit. But I'm just
I
excited
gotta
because
go back
like
and listen to that.
growing up in daycare, like it was so diverse for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had friends who listened to rap and R&B, and like it's crazy to talk about daycare,
Yeah.
but like me and my friends back then used to do like dance routines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So even though country is what I resonate with, like I've always just loved music and
That's
absorbing different types, and it kind of didn't matter. It was like if I liked it, I liked it. So
Yeah,
I love
I'm the same
Christina
way.
Aguilera and Adele and JoJo also, because they also had that like really confident, strong voice,
love Adele, too.
strong messages. But then they also could some of their songs could be considered. I feel like a country song if you just change the production a little bit.
I agree.
So
When you say JoJo, are you talking about Too Little, Too Late, JoJo?
yes,
Wow.
not CY. I did not know CY
most
back
people
then.
do not know that JoJo.
I did not know JoJo CY till this last year. So JoJo, as in Too Little, Too Late.
Oh.
The girl sang her ass
It's
off.
just
She's
too
still and she's still
late.
so good.
So good.
Is
a
JoJo
big
CY
fan.
the
She's even
Disney
better
girl?
now.
From,
Yes.
like the Disney Channel or
Yeah.
something?
But now when you say JoJo, people think
I
that
didn't
kind
even,
of
my brain didn't
JoJo.
even go there. My brain went with where you were, so that makes me feel happy for myself in my brain.
Yeah, no.
I was like, yeah, she's good.
She's back, and I feel like better than ever.
Yeah,
And then
I
like
agree.
Tori Kelly
Tori
is
Kelly,
kind of
one-
right there
one of my
with her for
favorites.
me.
She
So
was,
good.
She was American Idol, right? And,
I think so,
Simon
yeah.
told her she'd never make it, and then
Ugh.
look at her now.
did?
Yeah.
She had
Some of the
great-
best
she had great
voices.
hair.
Literally
hair.
the best hair.
I loved
I
her
wish
hair.
I had hers. I got.
I
this-
love just how she like
half real, half
presents
fake.
herself and puts herself out there too. She's
Yes.
just very buttoned up and put together, but also
Yeah.
just sings her ass off. I mean,
They're all
a fan.
so good. I didn't know Tori Kelly back in the day, but no JoJo, Christina Aguilera, Adele, they were all outside influences as well. So, and then we're gonna cover a Billy Idol song.
Nice. Oh, that's
Not
your
Billie
mom will love that.
Eilish,
Did you do that
Billy
for your mom?
Idol. Yes.
Oh, that's so nice.
Dang, I'm blanking on the song.
That's
Of
all
course,
right, but
I've
that's a
sang
lot.
it, but it's one of his biggest ones. It's not White Wedding. It's the other one. Oh. No, 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 knocking on my door.
I know which one you're talking about. I like certain Billy Idol
You know what
songs,
I'm
but I've never been like a
I should know this. I'm about to
connoisseur
sing it
of
this
the
weekend.
music.
But yeah, so we're gonna be mixing it up, and I
It'll be
just,
fun.
again, I love country music, but I feel like surely not everybody also listens to just country. So it
No,
would
they
just be
don't.
cool to be able to show people, yes, this is majority of, how I was raised and what I like to listen to, but there's people are very layered, there's not just one layer to everybody. So, and I think you hear a lot of my other influences through, not just country, but singing those soulful songs and those bluesy R&B songs as well. Like I think a lot of my vocals came from singing that type of stuff.
Yeah.
The runs and the soulful aspect. So yeah, I feel like it's just one of those things that I'm really excited to show people a full range of
That's awesome.
what I grew up on, what made me me.
Where are you kicking it off at?
This weekend, we're going to Chattanooga at Barrel House Ballroom,
It's Chattanooga.
and then Decatur, Eddie's Attic.
Yep.
Nice. Love
Good
that
old
one.
Eddie's Attic,
Yep.
and then West Union. I'm actually playing a festival out there, so I'll see a lot of
That's cool.
South Carolina. So
Yeah.
I'll see a lot of folks that I probably know. I'm gonna see my parents, take my dog,
That's
let them
awesome.
hang for a little bit.
That's
and,
cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
And
So
what was you said Hunter Chastain?
Hunter Chastain,
That's his
yeah,
opening?
he's I think from Rome, Georgia originally, and I met him back in the day when I think Rome River Jam was a thing.
Okay.
I don't know if that's happening anymore, the festival,
Mm-hmm.
but played there and played at this bar, Brew House. Y'all remember Brew House
Yeah,
in Rome?
yeah.
I think it's something different now, or maybe not there, but I met him there when I was opening, still just up and coming.
Who's
And
doing your booking now?
I'm actually still with the Neil agency. Austin Neil was my agent at WME for a while, and I then learned that he was going to go open his own business, and I think carry on his dad's legacy with
Right.
the Neil agency and open that. And WME was kind enough to be like, if you want to, support him, be with him, it's kind of no stress kind of thing, I
great.
think. And but I just believed in what he was doing so much, and I'm such a big fan of seeing people like pioneer
Yeah.
new stuff. You know, I love seeing people do anything really, but to see somebody take a chance on themselves and open a new company or just want to do something different, I think is inspiring. So
Nice.
I was like, if you'll have me, I'd love to be with y'all still, and I've been with them ever since I've been in town. So
That's awesome.
they helped me
Yeah.
make this tour happen. I'm
It's
so
working, that's
thankful. He actually, Spencer, my agent, actually texted me this morning. I mean, they've truly been with me through ups and downs when I was at the height of everything going on at first, and then in my lull in my career, and then they're back out fighting for me to do my own first headlining tour. So it's
That's
been
nice.
very nice to have them in my corner. And
Yeah.
I know this industry it's hard to, I think, keep with it if there's not instant gratification in some worlds, but they have really stuck with me and championed me. So I'm thankful to still be here and
Yeah.
kicking.
You can't beat that though. That's
Yeah.
good.
They
Yeah,
kept me busy too, which I'm thankful for.
What was that time period kind of in that lull, you know, after one deal and between deals and stuff?
Yeah.
I know for us, we've been through it 7 or 8 times now, and
Wow.
I think it's a different kind of, I don't
It's
know, the
unknown.
gamut of emotions that you kind of go through is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And I think from the first time, obviously, till now, obviously, our expectations have changed and stuff.
Right.
But it's like, but it's still, you have to think on the mental health side. It's like, all right, how am I going to navigate this? I know it's going to feel like, you know,
The end of the
a
world.
deep valley, and
I
like I can't get
know.
out of it. But how do you navigate that? And
I mean, I think from the get-go, it turned out to be different than what I initially think I signed up for. I'm trying to think of how to sum it up in few words, but
sorry, it's a loaded question.
no, it's okay. I think I was, in a sense, maybe relieved to be out of my deal on one hand, because I was still like learning a lot about myself. And then you have all these people being like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm just me. I don't really know how to like put a bow on that for you. You know, I know these are the songs that I love to release and cut and sing. And for me, I'm like, I thought that's what the label was for.
Right.
I thought that's what you're supposed to be helping me with, like developing all this. So it was on one hand a relief, but I think it was just that unknown of like what's going to happen next. Am I going to be seen as damaged goods? You know, now that I've been in this deal and I'm not in it anymore. But I think it also puts you to the test of, all right, am I staying? Am I going to try this out again, or am I going to throw in the towel? But I think for me, that's never been a feasible option. I've always been so driven by music. So for me, it was just about bridging the gap. How are we going to bridge the gap from now until hopefully another label maybe shows interest? And it goes back to what we all moved here for, is just releasing music and releasing stuff that you thought was true to you. And that's all I knew how to do, was do that and play shows. So that's what I kept doing and kept writing and stayed connected with people. And by the grace of God, I feel like I met Natalie Osborne at Leo 33, and I'd been acquainted with her for a while, but they had let me in on, again, a new venture, and they were thinking about starting this new thing, and that just gets me so excited, because I don't know, you can either kind of go with the flow or be a pioneer and try something different. So it was really cool to kind of see the startup of that, and then their belief in me. And even after not having a record deal or really any music to release after so long. So it was very up and down, like you said, but worth it. Again, I think it made me realize I still want to be here and do this, and whatever that takes, use this as an opportunity to showcase yourself. If nothing else, showcase the music that you love. You know what you want your music to sound like, and I have great talented friends who produced my second record, who also before them were helping me independently release stuff. Fantastic. So, and they're great. So it was just leaning on your co-writers and co-producers and figuring out what to do from there. So I'm sure y'all had kind of had same things, trying to figure out what to do in between. And what was y'all's experience like? Like, did y'all just kind of keep releasing music and touring too? And
I mean, for us, like the first deal we lost, like there still wasn't the Instagram, social media, Facebook type presence that there is now. So it's not like we could really even lean on ourselves to get more music out, because at that point we were like, well, if we don't have a record deal, how do you release music?
I know, it's
'Cause
so
at that
freaking
point it was so
expensive.
expensive, and you had
Yeah.
to go to a massive studio, and we had only done it that way so far. Like, I mean,
Right.
granted, we went into our first deal with a finished record, but both the producers had their own studios. We worked
Studio.
with studios. They basically funded the project, and
Yep.
you know, we're in a production deal, so like we did that the way we had to. So initially, when we got out of the Lyric Street deal, we were like, oh crap, we got
What
to
do we
find
do?
something immediately.
Yeah.
So, you know, we started shopping stuff around, and luckily we had a little bit of new music, but not much. So we were
Yeah.
able to go back in and, you know, on a demo deal, basically get some new stuff out there. And then that's kind of what set things moving. So then after we lost that deal, in between that and, you know, our next one, we did kind of like the indie thing with one of our projects, and
Okay.
paid to take a song to radio on our own, and realized very quickly how almost impossible that is. I mean,
Dang.
you know, you've seen Drew Baldridge do it now, and Craig Campbell's really one of the only other few that's really taken
Like
that
with
route.
radio.
Yeah, and there's a
Yeah.
reason why a lot of people don't do it, because you have to have so much belief in the song, and then have a team behind you that's not going to give up on the song once it stalls in the 40s or
Yeah.
struggles to chart.
Not get
So
discouraged.
exactly, and
Yeah.
that's really really difficult. And I think that allowed us to at least get some attention from some other labels. And then Bobby Bones played Whiskey on My Breath on his morning show, and
Okay.
like, you know, we'd spent hundreds of thousands of dollars just to break into the top 40, and we couldn't. We'd barely just almost gotten there. Then
Right.
Single lost its bullet, and so thankfully he was able to take it from there to the 20s on the chart. But
Dang.
then, you know, in the negotiation period with different labels, we lost the record a
so
couple
fun.
times.
Yeah.
And, no, and it
Negotiations.
sucks to have something you believe in that much, and then to watch somebody else take something that's doing crazy stuff virally, and just because someone's dragging their heels on the legal side, it's
I
like
know.
you watch the song die, and
Isn't
it had
it
so
so
much life.
fun?
It's
This
a
whole
blast.
experience.
And it's
So
it's
fun.
impossible not to get discouraged after something like
I
that. But it's
know.
like you have to temper expectations, and so I think we've experienced the business in almost every facet imaginable now.
Yeah.
So now trying to navigate what's happening in this day and age with, you know, all the streaming
TikTok.
services and TikTok and socials, and like we were talking with
just
Kanan, it's just
ever-changing.
like there's such a, I'm not even gonna call it an oversaturation of music. It's just there's so much of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I was looking at, you know, one of these country news, you know, social sites, and it was just showing all the songs that were released this week and all the projects.
It's a ton. Yeah.
Like it used to be on Aircheck, you'd see 4 or 5 singles released a week at the most, and then now there's 25, 30 that are being actively promoted, and
Yeah.
everybody's still trying to get on the radio at some
Scratching
point.
and clawing. I know.
So
And-
it's different. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful for all the experiences that we've had and all the different, you know,
Highs and lows.
Highs and lows. I mean,
But like you said, yeah, I think that's one thing people don't realize. And for me particularly, like when I did lose my first deal, I mean, it does put you in a mental space, especially with like having to be on social media and this. It's hard to put on like a face when you really can't like truly explain to anybody what you are dealing with, like what
Yeah.
that means for you to lose your record deal, or how to go about like releasing more music and finding the money to do that. So I think for a while I think I'm really just now feel like I'm starting to crawl out of my hole with social
Yeah.
media, because for a while there it takes everything out of you.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't even get these people who are next to me every day who know, I mean, I've shown them what songs I want to release,
Yeah.
but you feel just so misunderstood sometimes. So yeah, I feel like I'm
good word to describe that feeling.
100%. So I feel like I'm just now finally getting, thank goodness for my team, like being as supportive as they have been, because they're the reason the album is Die Bar Beauty Queen, like my label is, because I was nervous to release that song because I wrote it forever ago, and they're the ones that were like, no, this is you, like you should
That's
take a
cool.
chance on this song. I think that just flipped a switch in me, like it added a healthy aspect back
Yeah.
into my Nashville relationship.
That's cool. That's cool.
So I'm just now kind of unlearning a lot of emotional things
Yeah.
I've been dealing with the past, 4 years in between my first record and second record.
Yeah.
It's been good, healthier things.
Yeah.
Which
I feel
is
like I've had to
nice.
like create like a filing cabinet in my brain of like all these experiences, and
Yeah.
like I kind of rank them from, top to bottom, which is the
That's
most
the word.
painful, which
Yeah.
is the most constructive, which one do we
Which
bounce
one to
back
block
the
out
best
completely.
from? Yeah, which ones we want to ignore and never remember
Yeah.
again. But it's hard also, like, because at that point, nobody's ever going to believe in your music more than you do. And then
No.
when you have people that seemingly believe in it, and they're all in 1,000%, and then CEO of the label tells
Never
them, all
mind.
right, we're not going to be working this. It's like they flip a switch and they're all of a sudden not interested.
And
Yet
it's
they had
such
been,
a
so it makes you question
mind
yourself.
game. Yeah, I just compare it. A lot of the stuff here I've been able to compare to just like a healthy relationship. Like, what does a healthy relationship look like? And to me, it's not that flipping a switch on somebody, and it's like healthy communication. And if you don't like something, just tell me, but don't leave me hanging for a year before you tell me, oh, we're actually not going to do anything with this.
Yeah. And
So-
that relationship between a label, a manager, and an artist is a really hard one to navigate.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
usually if you have a direct line of communication with somebody at your label, at least as an artist, if you really have a concern, you can go to them on your own.
Right.
And we've only had a few times where that was the case and that was possible.
Really.
And a lot of times it was, all right, we'll tell the manager can sugarcoat it and hopefully get what we're looking to get out of the artist. I'm like, man, if you just told us
Let's just
exactly
cut the
what you
shit.
wanted, we probably would have been able to achieve that immediately. Instead, we
Right.
had to do this little song and dance where
I hate it.
we try to assume what the label wants, and then the manager is now trying to manipulate the artist into
Right.
getting what the label wants. So they're
Miss me with that.
yeah, it's
Miss me with all that. Just be straight up. Tell me what you need, what you want. If
What
I
you
like
really,
it, yep.
really
If I
want.
don't, no. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Spice Girls for anyone that didn't get that.
Exactly. Showing our age.
We're adding them to the playlist at our Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
It's gonna have Billy Idol.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one? JoJo. and
JoJo.
Spice
Not
Girls.
Seawall.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just made me where I'm at now has made me just really appreciate like honesty and transparency, and it's just been fun. I think I finally started having fun again after the past
Aw,
6
that's
years
nice.
of being here, and I've got stuff to look forward to now with my headlining tour, which is again a
Heck yeah.
big first for me. But there's a whole aspect of like selling tickets and
I know.
Yeah.
you know,
That's
marketing
stressful.
yourself. So it's all such a big journey, and y'all, I'm not saying anything y'all don't already know, but these are things that are first for me. So if
You're
y'all
taking
need
on
any
these
advice,
first, but now you're also putting more pressure on yourself.
yes,
And
it's like if it ain't one thing, it's the other, but that is the one thing that keeps me driving though,
Yeah.
I think, through all this.
and I think that's the best pressure you can put on yourself.
for
to
sure.
Just want to deliver an
If
incredible
there's
show.
no
and-
pressure, then you're not doing something right. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like maybe you're a little bit stagnant if you're not
Yeah.
feeling it somewhere. So
Yeah.
I'm try to be thankful every day, even when I'm super stressed out. It does get stressful, but just like any other job. But I mean, ours is pretty daggone
Yeah.
cool.
It is.
If I do
and there's
say so
very few
myself.
jobs that are as rewarding as this one.
Right.
And very few businesses where your dream is literally a day away or a song away
Or-
a viral moment away.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people can't say that, and I think that's what keeps me hungry.
Exactly.
Also, I mean, in seeing the we can call it an oversaturation of music, the playing field is a little bit crowded than it has been in the past, but I think
Yeah.
it forces you to stay on your
Step
game,
up. Mm-hmm.
write the best music you possibly can, make records that sonically are competitive and hopefully better than everything else that's getting put out.
Right.
And
And
I
I
think
like it
there's
'cause
also sorry.
So nope,
Go
you're
ahead.
good. Go ahead. I
I'll take
cut
this
you
one.
off. Perfect save. I was
Now-
just gonna
now
say,
I
I
remember
think
what I was gonna say. So.
You
I
said
just
you were
like
hungry
that it's
because you haven't
keeping
eaten lunch.
everything open. Like it's keeping the lanes open.
Yeah.
I don't think it's so much these days of like you have to be this larger than life figure. I think it's opening doors for people like me who are just small town, not much of a story except for you just love music and you just want to connect with people. So I don't know.
And I think
It's different.
fans love to gravitate towards things that do have, I think, your story, like that
Yeah.
small town
More now than ever, I think.
soulful singer
I
that
hope
just
so.
loves music. I think people yes, people want the crazy story. Oh, I was a
Right.
drug addict. I was this. I was strung out. Someone picked me up out of the gutter and pulled me
Right.
down.
Under a
Look at me
bridge.
now. But I mean,
Right. Yeah.
those
We're in the
stories
reality
are
TV
few
show
and
era.
far between. Like, I mean, so I think people do honestly want to see good people win, and they
Right.
want to get behind something that they identify with. And
Relate
I think
to.
more people identify with your story than with the druggie in a gutter story. I mean,
Yeah, I
not
mean-
saying we haven't all been there in one capacity or another, but
Right.
like a lot of people might gravitate towards that type of story and really get behind that, and then you have rabid, ravenous fan base that will literally
all
go
you
to
can
battle
hope.
for you.
It's all you can hope. And I think there are more people out there like me than I feel like anybody gives credit for. Just the blue collar, like raised,
Yeah.
working day in, day out. Like I feel like that is typically your average country music listener. I mean, really any
It is.
listener, but
It is.
that is what I relate with, and
Well,
that's
your
what I
fan
have to
base,
sing
for
about.
sure.
So, yeah, I'm really excited to see this tour kind of
Yeah.
show me what's next after and
Well,
put me to the test
We'll
of
try
a
and put you in
headliner.
the front line of. We'll skip some other people's that we've recorded and put you up there to help promote your tour. I just made that decision
Please.
for us.
Thank you for
Because
the
we don't
executive
Yeah,
decision.
we don't want this to come out after the tour you started. We'll see. What
That
we
would
can
be
do. I'll talk to
awesome.
my friend Eric. He's kind of.
Okay,
Cool.
deal. We're done.
No, that would be so appreciated. Y'all know how hard it is
Yeah, it
to
is.
to market yourselves these days, especially if you don't have like all eyes on you in the mainstream media. And I've been here grinding it out. Like I've been on the road, and I feel like I've gotten a lot of amazing opportunities, from then to now. So it would just be really cool to maybe see some fruits of my labor after all this
Amen.
time and see it grow. Not saying I would love for it to, sell out however many times, but I think my main focus is just showing people that I'm hearing them. I respect what they have to say about my music, and I want to show up
That's good.
in a larger capacity than just as an opener. And I also don't just want to be the opener for the rest of my life either. Like I'm so blessed, but I feel like you do it for a long enough time and people only see you as that.
Yep.
So I just know that I have a story to tell and people who resonate. So I just want to get out there and give her hell.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, can't wait to see it. Hopefully we can catch a
Yeah,
show.
y'all come
and-
on out. Drive out to Chattanooga this Thursday.
And then hopefully down the road somewhere we get to play a
Somewhere.
show together at some point. I
I'm
think
surprised
that'll
we
be-
haven't
I know.
I am actually.
up to now.
Yeah,
So I think we're overdue, but
Yeah,
we'll love that.
we'll make it happen.
Perfect. Sign me up. Don't need to open her anywhere. Let me know.
Well, I think you're gonna blow up to the place that maybe we'll be needing to open for you at some point.
Yep.
So,
No.
so just keep us in mind.
We'll
Keep
just do
us
a
in mind.
co-headlining.
We're in.
We'll
All
call
right,
it a
let's do that.
co-headliner and sell the shit out of some tickets.
That'd be a lot of fun. You got any music you can play for us by any chance? I see you got a guitar sitting there. And
I
don't-
did bring my
I don't know if it
guitar.
was just as a prop or if you were
Yeah, I
gonna
just
play
brought it for
so.
looks, actually.
What's the story behind that one? It's got a lot of cool
This
stickers
one
on it.
I got when I first moved to town. I think 6 years ago ish, and I've just started slapping stickers on there from everywhere I've traveled.
So
and
fun.
Yeah, I've got a good collection going on here.
I have a sticker for you.
Ooh, for real?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I need all the stickers. But I was just gonna play something off the record or
Okay.
messing up your rub.
Does that have a pickup in it?
It doesn't.
It does not. All right.
Well,
we
it
can-
does actually. I lied, but it's
You want to do the
screwed.
out, or and then say we're coming out? Or how do you want to do
Yeah,
that?
sure. Let's see. How should we do this? Stick around because we've got some cool live music coming up, and I'm not sure where you're going to find this yet, but we're going to have it for you to listen to. So stay tuned, and we'll get that out there for you.
Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for
Yeah. Thank
you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm truly enjoyed talking to y'all, and
me
I
too.
love everything y'all are doing with this podcast. So,
thank you so
I look
much.
forward
Thank
to
you.
just seeing everybody y'all bring on. But thank you for letting me be one of them.
Well, thank you for joining us. It's really an honor to
Absolutely.
have you on here, and like I said, I've been a fan for years now, and
Thank
was
you.
excited to get to talk to you and see
Y'all
what you're
too.
up to. So
Y'all are truly one of the bands that I still remember listening to growing
That's
up
good.
and still rock to this day. So thank y'all
There
for
you go.
Well, thank you.
releasing
Thank you.
kick-ass music.
Well, we got
Like-
more coming out, so
Yes.
hopefully we can
If y'all need a feature,
keep
let
it
me know.
going. Hey, and we would also absolutely love that.
Yeah. that'd be-
Cool.
You do have one of my favorite voices in all of country music.
Well,
so-
hey, I'm around and available.
All right, well, let's make that happen. Maybe we should all write something and then
Yeah,
Yes,
that's good.
do it
that's
that
even
way.
better.
That'd be fun.
I'm down. Thank y'all so much.
Well, thank you.
Ashland Craft. Yeah, I don't know.
Jeez.